someone could come out of the woodwork and surprise everyone that most people wouldn't expect.
Yeah, and I suppose with all the club football as well, and all the kind of, the fact that club football obviously got a separate window. I mean, you never know. There might be a few players who might come on the scene, and I think there's been a lot more interest in football this year, I think, as well. So I suppose it'll be it'll be interesting to keep an eye on it. I suppose obviously there's been a lot of discussion in the past few years, kind of just around like in regards to the All Ireland structure, in terms of like tier 1 and tier 2, and obviously I kind of just wanted to get your own opinion on it, because obviously you'd be down playing in the tier 2. So I suppose where do you stand on it yourself, because obviously like there's a few kind of mixed opinion on it.
Yeah, it's kind of hit and miss. Like, you want to be playing the top level, but is it realistic that we're going to get to a quarter final, semi final? Not at the moment anyway. Bit of luck maybe, but the Division 2. I mean, you're looking at the Division 4 teams, as I said, not between them. You could beat them, put your head together. It could beat anyone there if you really wanted to. In the Division 3, it's a step up, but again, it's Championship football. Everyone will be up for it that bit more. So yeah, it won't be too bad. You get a few more games. Although last year the qualifiers we went out against Westmeath, very very strong side, but it's just really enjoyed. Made my debut that day. You want to be playing against the best, but then again, you have to beat what's around it first.
Yeah, I suppose it's kind of a catch-22 in many ways. I mean, obviously you want to be on the county side, when you go on a good run through a province, or do something special, maybe like a Sligo back in the early 2000s or something like that. But I suppose at the same time you do want to be, as competitive as possible. I suppose obviously hurling and Waterford, is always going to kind of be the main sport obviously there, and it's obviously very hard for the footballers to compete with that. But I suppose, like, what would you reckon maybe needs to change for counties like Waterford, Limerick or Clare, maybe to be more competitive with the likes of a Cork and Kerry? Like, do you think it's resources, or kind of promotion of Gaelic football, or what would you think?
Certainly in Waterford anyway, for people to play for the hurling, it's more attractive to them. You're playing in the top Allianz League, whereas the football, you're in Division 4. But there's no less effort put in. The hurlers be training alongside us when we were back training, and not even just Waterford hurlers, but just any senior in the county team. We put in the same amount of effort. Resources, I don't think we could ask for more. Everything is there for us: strength and conditioning, the basics, nutrition, everything you need. So it's just up to us to put it out on the pitch. And who knows, if we got to Division 3 next year or two, there might be more people attracted to that. And if you give that a right lash, as I said, this is a step up. It's probably not between the teams there again. You could see yourself in Division 2 with a whole new look team if that was possible. But yeah, certainly Waterford hurling is just the more attractive option at the moment. But there's a good cohort of people, football people in Waterford, who love it and love to see it do well as well at the same time.
Yeah, and I suppose obviously, I mean, for a lot of players, obviously it's definitely kind of seems more attractive anyway to play hurling, I suppose, because you've more chance of success in many ways, kind of, further on. But certainly, yeah, like if you could go on a bit of a run in Division 4 or even Division 3, like I don't see why there'd be more more attention and more spotlight put on Waterford in that kind of sense. Would it be fair to say then that the National League is kind of going to be the priority now for the next few years for Waterford, obviously, if there is going to be a tiered championship?
Well, certainly it's one of our big priorities anyway, just to get up. I think a few years back now, I don't know what it was, they got to the final in Croke Park, but haven't really hit that since. As I said, it's just luck. We get bad luck sometimes. We're always on the other end of a 1 point win, a 1 point loss or whatever. Yeah, could be the priority, but this year again, as I said, it's the best draw Waterford got in football for the Munster. In the past few years, the home draw in the quarter final to Limerick Division 4, and then another home draw in the semi final. So it's kind of balances out. You kind of, after a few games in the league, whether or not you're going to go for it. So it's whether the focus changes then.